The views and opinions expressed by Split Decision and those providing comments are theirs alone and do not reflect the opinions of MyMMAnews.com or any sponsor thereof. MyMMAnews.com is not responsible for the accuracy of any of the information supplied by Split Decision. We're just some idiots who like discussing MMA. All right, MMA Maniacs, it's time once again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision, brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. studios. Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis ready to break you off a little something when it comes to knowledge in the mixed martial arts world. I know the big summer kickoff is going on with the UFC right now, so if you need to switch off, check that out. Go ahead, come back to us later. We're recording. It's totally fine. We don't mind at all. Aside from that...
radio's gone.
Radio's gone.
Congratulations, Radio.
Radio got married.
He got hitched last
to
night.
a real woman.
Not a robot.
A real live female human woman.
Not a Japanese anime pillow. But
So you couple of dudes out there, I'm sorry to tell you.
It's over.
It's the ones who were pining after radio. Yeah, he's off the market.
Science has won.
Science has won.
So congrats, Radio. So here we are. We're doing this the Three Amigos style. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. Lots of stuff happening this weekend. We got UFC211 going down tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Like we said, the summer kickoff is going on today. We'll get to as many rumors as we can, but as it's happening as we're doing this, there's only
hard
so much
to.
we can do. And of course, we got the Ultimate Fighter to recap. No fights from last weekend, really, right?
Ultimate Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and just dive into it. From MyMMAnews.com, we have...
The Jon Jones, Daniel Cormier saga continues.
Of course it does.
Dan-
Can I just say, I don't know what's happening right now. Can I just say something's expected to happen between them at the kickoff today?
All right. We'll see if we can check into some news that's coming along.
Yeah, but they brought an innocent person involved in it now.
Jon Jones, according to Daniel Cormier, went out and tweeted that punk-ass Jon still hasn't signed the contract. Mm-hmm. So the contract in which they are going to have a rematch, allegedly for July 29th at UFC 214 has not been made official because Jon Jones has not signed the contract.
So don't be surprised if that happens at the thing that's going on, like right now.
He said, again, he tweeted another tweet. Tell that pussy to sign the contract. I will be in Anaheim. How's that for I don't want it? 7/29. So...
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
Are you at Disneyland?
He's gonna be.
I'm on the Matterhorn, motherfucker.
He's gonna be waiting.
He's gonna
right
be
at the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sasquatches.
Yeah.
What is that right called?
What? Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's just called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Escape from Asgard?
No, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Mission Breakout.
And the whole plot of it is that the Guardians of the Galaxy have been captured by the Collector.
Okay.
Yeah, and Rocket Raccoon is the only one that didn't get captured, and he's going to have you help him break them out.
All right.
Yeah, so taking place of where Tower of Terror used to be. But apparently they can't use the word like Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, anyway. He then tweeted a picture of a home detox kit and said, here you go, Jon, use this. And you shouldn't have to worry too much about USADA. Sign the damn contract. I'm going to be in Anaheim. Get it going. Keep your hands clean for 2.5 months. Come on, I'll ask nicely, please. I'm willing to make a deal with you, the devil, to run it back. Jon Jones saw the whole thing kind of going on Twitter, was getting his hair cut by his favorite barber named Joe Becker, who owns Face Barbershop.
Does this feed into the whole, like, you can't get your hair cut on the UFC embedded?
What?
You can't get your hair cut on UFC embedded. You
What?
lose.
Oh, you lose?
You lose. And now he's getting his haircut on Twitter.
So he was getting his hair cut, and
whatever.
the barber basically lashed out at Jon Jones, or excuse me,
barber did?
yeah, it's pretty good, man. He tells him to let's see, I think I have it here.
He was the real champ, the one, the only. Fuck you, DC.
Look, even Jon Jones was like, damn, you're thuggish.
Bro, all right, cool.
I didn't know that the turtles from Super Mario were talking shit like this. Good for him.
Man, don't talk shit, dude. I don't want him making a t-shirt for us.
The barber says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You don't want any part of Jon Jones with the hands, bruh. Daniel Cormier says, I'll slap you and your fat ass barber. Little inbred son of a bitch. And Jon, you're high. You're right. I can't even open. And then he went on UFC Tonight and used his position there to say, what is he talking about? The champ is here. The champ is here in Los Angeles in this chair. He lost the belt when he ran that pregnant lady over and tested positive for steroids. You're no champion. Sign the damn contract. Enough with the tweets. The barber then got to be on his local news channel and put up a whole thing. He was wearing a T-shirt that says "Fat Inbred." I'm the fat inbred barber. Slap me? ? Team Jones. And continually to refer to Daniel Cormier as Cupcake. And he says, it's Twitter. It's not real life. Some people take it too serious, like Cupcake. I've struggled with my weight all my life, and you know a guy...
Because he couldn't call him fried chicken.
You know a guy like that doing a bully move saying I look inbred? Well, I'm going to own it. I'm going to own it, and I'm going to tweet back. I'm a man. No one is going to tell me that they're going to slap me, as any man shouldn't. It's fun and it's banter. Do I expect a guy to come in here and to slap me? Probably not, because it wouldn't be good for his bank account.
You just said,
slap me, don't sue you.
Yeah.
sue your ass.
Well, I mean, I would do the same thing.
How do you feel about this whole thing? Like, I mean, is it getting
How do I feel about
ridiculous, the whole Twitter?
I think to bring the barber into it is kind of insane. But hey, you know what? If I'm not barber, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get some more foot traffic.
Come get your haircut where Jon Jones does and I talk shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then you make it a thing. Like,
Could you imagine if like Cedric the Entertainer was his barber? It'd be like, fuck you, Cupcake. Yeah.
Like the food truck in Philly where they all do is talk shit to you the entire time you're ordering?
That's a hot dog place in Chicago.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
called
like
Wiener Circle.
What do we have? We have
I'm
Dick's,
sure there's
right?
a food truck place in Philly that does
But the big one is Wiener Circle in Chicago.
All right,
They're
fine.
known for just talking shit.
There's a
to you the
restaurant
entire
string
time.
called Dick's.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that
Dick's
same
Last
one.
Resort.
So then be that
Yeah.
barber. Like, fucking
Yeah.
own it.
They're like,
Be
what
I'm
the fuck
barber
do you want?
I'm going to talk shit to you all day.
What
You're
kind of
the
haircut
person
you
on
want?
the
Too
couch?
bad.
Yeah, too bad. You look like a dick with ears. You know, fucking whatever. Own it and fucking, and then people start coming to you. I would do the same thing. Might as well.
Dana White has come out and canceled the George St. Pierre Michael Bisping fight that was supposed to be going down sometime this year. There was rumors that it was supposed to be happening in July, which is what Dana White wanted. GSP came out and said that he wouldn't be ready to fight until after October.
His defense for this is weird.
And he definitely wanted to fight at Madison Square Garden. The story that we had last week, obviously, that was kind of the way it was leaning, that it looked like they were going towards that. There was an open date for him to do that. Dana White came out and said, you know what? I made the GSP fight. We did a press conference. It was supposed to happen in July. Michael Bisping was ready. He was supposed to be ready. Michael Bisping needs to have defended his title now. We're not waiting for GSP. Yoel Romero doesn't need to voice his opinion why he needs a title shot. He deserves a title shot. He's number one. He's next in line. So George St. Pierre, he's like, I don't even know if he's still coming back. I'm not ready to wait until November.
Well, I'm super happy that Yoel Romero is getting a shot.
Yeah.
I really, really am.
He says we're moving on with the division. Yoel Romero is getting the shot.
Excuse for this is, well, we're both entertainers. We both have stuff to do. Look for me in October. That's what he said. Like, that's weird, man.
I don't know.
So
I think Dana's right. I truly don't think he's serious about
Coming
fighting.
back?
No, I think he wanted to get his foot in the door and be back. Be back out in the public.
Maybe
How do you
he's got a movie? Maybe that's what it is.
How do you feel about Yoel Romero saying, or now getting, it's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna get your title shot. Can you take the July spot? I mean, that's how many weeks away?
Yeah, but we don't even know if it's July.
We're mid-May.
You know what?
There's not been a fight announced yet for International Fight Week after the Ultimate Fighter finale at UFC 214, which is supposed to be the Jon Jones one, which is supposed to be Bisping St. Pierre. There is an event that's planned with nothing really on it yet.
A lot of Spotabee stuff, but
So I think there's a couple fights on it, but no headliners yet.
I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, man. I think that Yoel Romero was probably told, you know what, be ready, and he's going to be. I really think he's going to be, and we have Jon Jones in DC officially on the wiki page. I don't know what that means, but
Well, no, it's not official. It's still alleged. It's still possibly that it's going to happen.
and all we have, and then Duo Choi and Andre Touchy-Feely
Feel yeah, quite
That's
possibly will happen on that
for
card.
214, and we're not that far away. We're
Yeah.
3 pay-per-views away from
Yeah,
that.
WikiLeaks are only official in congressional hearings these days.
213 is also going down July 8th. That's the one that's going down for
4th of July weekend.
the 4th of July weekend. That's Robbie Lawler, Donald Cerrone, Fabricio Verdum, Alistair Overeem. Those fights have been announced. However, we don't know
Who's going to make it without the injury bug bite?
who's also going to be.
Is the Pettis Miller one still happening for sure?
Allegedly, yeah. That's also supposed to be Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw, which we don't know if that's happening.
As of today,
Possibly Amanda Nunes versus Shlevenko is supposed to be happening on that card. Again, these are announced bouts, but nothing's been put together yet for that card. So it's I don't know.
Just so you know, the rumor before we started this up was that Cody Garbrandt had pulled out of the TJ Dillashaw.
Do we know why?
No, from what I read from TJ's Instagram, was that he showed up for the summer kickoff and was told Cody was not going to be at the fight.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Don't know why. No idea why. But TJ supposedly was there. Cody was not, and the fight has been pulled.
Huh.
Supposedly. This is all...
Allegedly
via TJ's Instagram, and a lot of people assuming things from his post. So I'm not even going to say it's TJ.
We should never
saying
assume, Joey. You want me to diagram why?
It makes an ass out of you and me.
Exactly.
But I like your ass. Wait a second.
I don't have an ass, dude.
Whoa. We all have Hank Hill ass. Just
Two
so you know.
hip bones covered with skin. That's what I got.
we have a lot of like little fighter injuries and things going
Just
on that are
anus dangling off a skeleton.
changing up some fights. One that's supposed to be happening at UFC 211. Jared Gordon is being pulled out of his fight due to food poisoning.
Yeah. The problem was he got ill around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock last night. And when he went to the hospital, they wanted to give him an IV, which would then violate the USADA rules.
According to the UFC doctor, though, that the UFC doctor is the one who wanted him to make sure he gets an IV. So this is kind of like along the lines of the old BJ Penn thing, right? He goes to the doctor. They're like, hey, you need to have an IV or you might die.
Right.
And he's like, okay, cool. And they're like, no, it's illegal. Fuck.
What are you going to do?
You want to fight or die?
Yeah.
Fight or die.
Also,
really throwing it down, by the way, at this conference.
Henry Cejudo is
Called
also
Jon Jones a junkie.
is also out of UFC 211 due to a broken hand.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks. For Cejudo.
Wait, go back up. Is he making an okay sign?
Yeah, not one. He's making an okay sign. I'm okay. Everything's okay. Actually, he says the informed me my hand wasn't broken. I assumed it was bruised or sprained. Let's see. Hitting the mid. Still I have a cyst in my wrist and a ruptured capsule. A possible tear in the ligaments. So he is definitely out of his fight at UFC 211.
Michael Johnson saying that he's going to kill somebody. Somebody else said he got 30 fights and lost half of them. He ain't killed a motherfucker yet. Apparently, I guess
This is hey, we're keeping you up to date on what's going
this
on
is
right
live
now.
tweets that are happening right now. I guess DC and Jon Jones are there, and allegedly, supposedly, I am paraphrasing and quoting somebody else that is not Jon Jones, but they're quoting Jon Jones saying, "I beat you after a weekend of cocaine, motherfucker."
Oh.
I don't know what's happening right now, but we're missing it because we're bringing this to you live.
Right. We got a show to do.
Jessica Penne has been flagged for a violation with USADA. This is the first time I've ever heard about this one.
Yeah, she's the first to be flagged with this.
First to be flagged with this. She has been flagged subject to indirect testing via an athlete biological passport.
What?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Oh, so she have to do a
carrying a bioweapon in?
No,
So this is what
she
they
had
said
to do
is-
a blood test for her passport, probably because they had to make sure that she wasn't carrying any diseases.
So she brought in some kind of bloodborne pathogen.
No, so she probably had something in her that's not active.
So this is what it says. It says, has informed Jessica Penne of a potential anti-doping violation stemming from an out-of-competition sample collected March 20th. Her sample,
Does she have Mutaba?
having undergone the standard out-of-competition analysis, was initially reported as negative. However, upon review of her athlete biological passport, the sample was subsequently flagged for additional analysis due to an increased degree of virability in her urinary biomarkers measured in the sample. Under further analysis, the presence of a prohibited substance was detected.
Mutaba.
Like,
This is where outbreaks.
so my thing is do they have maybe all they say, okay, we're going to test you on normal levels. They're going to test your blood. They're going to test your urine. They're going to test all that stuff. Then they have that as that's your biological passport. That's something they have on file. Then when you do all these other tests, they compare it to.
Okay.
Like it's this is the standard rate of measure for this
what
athlete.
do they call that? God, science is in here.
You know what I mean?
That's your control.
Yeah, your control.
So your biological passport is your control, and if you vary from your control,
You get, yeah.
there we go. Circle gets a square.
I think so. Yeah.
DC said to
So-
Jon Jones, bitch ass. "Are you back, junkie?" That's the quote that I'm getting right now.
Wow. So I don't know. Maybe we can get a doctor to call into this show, or text into this show, or write into the show and find out what the fuck a biological passport is, and see if we're correct. If it's a control.
She's got a pathogen. She's the outbreak monkey.
How does this work?
Yeah, we got a rep. We got a rep that wants us to start using him. And if there's any medical people out there that we'd like to to use as reference, email us.
Further with some USADA news, we had talked about this before. This was Ricardo Abreu has been suspended 2 years for failing an anti-doping test. He then had another violation due to failing it due to depression and some other things going on his test. He is now suspended for 4 years, and at that time, he has decided to retire. We had talked about this when USADA first came into play, when they were talking about
the penalties,
all the penalties and different things, and the different,
So he'll be able to fight in the third season of the PFL.
Yeah, third season. Well, if they get that far.
No, it's
They sent us free shit. I'm not going to talk.
They didn't. World Series of Fighting, which only has 4 fights.
the same people, Brandon.
No, it's not.
Thanks,
They
Sean.
got bought by somebody else, sir.
They have new investors.
They have new investors.
Okay.
World Series of Fighting is closing.
Thanks, Sean. Cheers.
PFL emerges like a phoenix, I guess.
I do want to understand why you already have a.
I would
Twitter
like
for
to say
PFL.
butterfly.
No, like a butterfly?
from a cocoon.
When you, how do you have a PFL Twitter and not have a PFL yet? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
And if the logo that I've seen
He's going to
is
tell
the
you.
logo you
He's
have,
going to tell you after the show now.
I'm excited
He's all, "Look,
for the merch.
punk ass bitch.
I'm excited for the merch.
I'll
That's
put
all I can
mice in
say.
your hat.
And again, further with USADA, we have Kevin Gastelum. His win over Belfort has been overturned, and he's given a 90-day suspension for the demon weed marijuana.
For the weed, yeah. The devil's lettuce.
Someone who's not under the guise of USADA is Bigfoot Silva, who's now fighting in Russia, has been given his grant to continue therapeutic use of exemption of testosterone because he's no longer fighting the UFC.
He looks like a fucking grizzly bear, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty scary looking.
Well, because he's got his testosterone.
He's got his testosterone back.
Dude.
So the bitch tits have gone away. He stopped lactating and he grew a lot of hair. He looks scary in that gym
Yeah.
on the UFC Embedded episode I watched.
He's not just
because he's still at ATT.
Yeah, he's not just getting he's not getting American standard of TRT. He's getting Russian standard of TRT. That's a big fucking difference, man.
If anybody wants to send that to us.
Mighty Mouse.
Russian standard of TRT.
Mighty Mouse had a big beef with the UFC the last time we talked about him. He wanted all of his goddamn belts.
Can it be a big beef with him?
And now
He had a good size beef.
he has all of his belts. If you look at this great picture from his Instagram, he finally got all of his belts. All he wrote was gold.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Little tiny guy, he's like, "Oh, I got on me gold."
So
Dude, him at the end of the rainbow.
he's ready to kick your ass if you want his pot of gold. Dude, fuck all that noise.
So he has 10 belts.
Yeah, he wanted these belts because he saw Floyd Mayweather post on Instagram all of his belts.
Yes, because you are supposed to, according even to the UFC, which Dana has talked about this multiple times, give you a new belt every time you win. So if you defend your belt, you're supposed to get a new
Isn't that
belt.
supposed to happen in boxing? mixed
It's
martial
supposed
arts,
to happen.
in wrestling,
But
everywhere,
apparently
right?
he only had 3. He was missing some belts.
That's some bullshit, man.
So he got all his belts.
I don't know who's calling me right now. Don't call me. I'm on the air.
They made good. Other big news we have Conor McGregor had his baby.
Here we go. Let's go.
Are we happy about this? Conor McGregor had his baby. We have Conor Jack
Connor
McGregor.
didn't have the baby.
Connor-
She had the baby.
Conor Jack McGregor Jr. Weighs in at 8 pounds 14 ounces and already has his own Instagram.
With more followers than us.
Yeah, and it's a verified Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
How
the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you serious right now? This poor kid, he's never going to be able to live a second in his own world. It's going to be documented the entire time.
Let's see what his followers are at.
And
He's at
he-
64,000 followers
Yeah.
right now.
And he will defend a belt before his dad does.
It's
questionable.
I was 7 pounds 14 ounces. So your baby's already out of my weight class. That's some bullshit.
Oh, that's okay. He'll weight cut. Whoop your ass.
Still whoop your ass.
Baby cutting a whole pound.
They can do it. Salt bath.
And the last little bit of news that we'll get to from last week was the Fappening 2.0 is still happening. This is something we've mentioned a couple times, kind of in passing conversations here. This is basically where all the celebrities of the world.
Are Betch Correa and Holly Holm fighting this weekend?
Not this weekend.
No.
They will be fighting, though.
They will be fighting.
They got into it.
Oh, cool.
They got into it.
So the Fappening is basically where hackers have gone after celebrities' private photos from their phones.
Which has caused us some collateral damage. Not us, but
Yeah.
we've seen somebody get hit by friendly fire.
Leave
So-
that one alone, Misha Tate.
So included in this latest set of photos that have been leaked, Raquel Pennington, Angela Magna, and Jasmine Duke all were uploaded to the internet in all their naked glory.
Yeah, there was a lot. Too.
And they got included with a lot of WWE divas and female wrestlers.
big time.
They got included with a lot of
Big time.
models. There was a lot of models that had got their phones hacked as well. So this is something that's been kind of ongoing for a little while. We had the big one, was it 2 years ago?
Was it? Yeah, about that.
About 2 years ago, where we had,
Happening? Yeah.
tons and tons of celebrities had their phones hacked. And basically what it was is hackers had been compiling them and decided to release them all at once. And now this is happening again. There was been, again, these three women from the UFC. So I kind of put the question out there. Is the UFC obviously getting, and MMA in general, getting so big that these girls are now celebrities that they're being tracked down and hacked? They're being sought after. They're going, you know what I mean? Or do you think it was just random?
Well, no, I don't think it was random. Well, okay. I think there was probably DDoS attacks that probably were just leeching as many pictures as possible, as many JPEG files, whatever files are named, PMG, whatever, PNG. But the thing is, they were recognized by the people that were leeching all these files. It's like, oh shit, that's
a celebrity.
UFC fighter. That looks familiar. Why does she look familiar? Does it suck to have your privacy violated like that? I'm not going to say it doesn't. Of course it does.
Yeah.
No, because I thought I saw somebody's balls that like got nicked by a razor.
Uh,
That's some crazy shit. But anyway, go ahead with your story.
Anyway, but on the positive light of that, I understand what you're saying, and I think that's actually like one of the fucking. I think it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of interesting that they're enough in the limelight to where it's like, oh, here's some people that are actually they're
Right.
athletes,
Yeah.
they're sports stars. As much as it sucks to have your shit leaked out to the public,
And so then my question is, do you think there's more out there that are coming?
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
Better. I think they put out like the
Are you just
mediocre
hoping?
ones.
Are you just hoping? Is that?
Are you saying these three girls are
There's
mediocre?
a couple of them.
I'll see
Couple
what
of them. I hope there's some better stuff.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Are you saying these? Are you saying these three stars are mediocre?
The pictures that came out? Yes.
With that being said, we need a tattoo translator.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the one star was. if anything, I would.
I need a
would try to
tattoo
get
translator.
some-
I am trying to figure this out.
drugs or something.
I don't know if it's supposed to be read this way, or is it across this
Don't
way,
use hand motions.
or is it this way?
Hey, don't
Is
use
it
hand
this
motions
way?
unless you're trying to land a plane, Brandon.
this way, this way. Does it go like this? What language is it in? I'm just curious. I'm curious.
You know what I really liked is
Some of the stars though actually addressed this. Angela Magna came out and said, "Look, I'm a nudist. I don't care. I would just rather be paid for my photos, or you could just ask me. Don't steal them."
I want to know if women see pictures of man junk and ever go, his penis looks mangled, because like of the women pictures.
What the fuck did I just hear?
I seen a lot of comments from guys. It was like, what happened to so and so's twat? What? Yeah, I mean, what do you think happened? Like someone lit an M80 in there? What?
I'm saying out of this one.
No, I mean the one picture I seen, I
Michael
knew.
Chizia got smacked also at the
nice.
at the conference that's going on right now. To get away from the pussy talk for a second.
So just so you know, we don't have any links to any of these photos,
No.
but they are out there.
We've never even seen him either.
They're
I have
out
links,
there.
so I'm not going to give them to you, but I have them.
No, he don't have them.
No, he does not.
No, I don't.
Last little bit of news before we jump into UFC 211. Dana White obviously was at the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
They immediately announced Triple G versus Canelo is going to be going down September 16th of this year. Dana White recently said...
And that was the date that they had?
recently said we lost our date. That was the date allegedly they had set aside for Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. That's something they wanted to happen around that time. He says, I couldn't get the deal done in time, so they got my date. This happens in fights all the time. We're just going to move on. I didn't get the deal done fast enough, so I lose the date. That's how it works.
And rumors coming out about this saying that, Dana White went on CNN and said that Conor McGregor fucked up the Floyd Mayweather deal anyway.
I've heard it's from both sides. In fact, this was on, he went on Colin Cowherd and said it's on both sides. He says it's not even on just Mayweather. It's definitely both sides. Both sides are hard to get this deal done. And there's going to be a point where I'm done. This isn't what I do. This isn't my business. I'm going to walk away.
At which point the internet said we expect to have Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather announced today at the Big Summer Kickoff. It's as long as Dana says it's not happening, it's
going to definitely happen. I mean, I don't know. The fight could get moved a week before or after Canelo. The fight could get moved a month or before or after Canelo. I've heard even rumors that they will move the Canelo fight if they actually sign Mayweather and Conor McGregor.
I'm pretty sure if you sign Mayweather to a fight, then they will move mountains to make that happen.
I mean, it's just... I still don't even know, again, if this fight is going to happen.
Oh, I'm sure it's not going to, but I mean, we can keep talking about it as long as it's on the
agenda.
It is real, yeah, for sure. It's a pipe dream.
Yeah,
it is that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that Demetrius Johnson is guarding.
Is guarding.
That is. Moving on, we have UFC 211 going down this weekend. We talked to Joanna Champion yesterday. If you have a chance to go listen to that interview, then please do. It's posted as of now. We did not attempt her last name. She actually didn't attempt her last name in the interview.
She just said that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. She said don't bother.
That works.
And I'm not going to bother either because it takes her 3 tries to get it right. So,
I think it takes her 3 tries to explain it to us to try to get it right.
It means Dances with Wolves, in case you were wondering.
She just, a couple times she said her own name. Does she just pronounce her name Anna? Does she not pronounce the J?
No.
No, she says Joanna.
Oana. Okay.
Joanna. So we have the prelims that are going down on Fight Pass, of course, with Joaquin Christensen taking on Gizmurad Artugalov. Also, Gabriel Benitez going up against...
Put it back to 0.
Enrique. That was pretty fucking good, I think. Joaquin Christensen, guys, whatever. Fuck it. Gabriel Benitez up against Enrique Barzola. And Jessica Aguilar is taking on Courtney Casey for your main event on the Fight Pass.
Dude, you nailed Casey.
I did. I got one out of all those right. Marco
Polo
Reyes. Your parents are dicks.
No, the Polo right here. The Polo's here.
Your parents are fucking
Polo.
assholes.
Hello.
He plays himself. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Whoa.
That's how you know.
Phrasing.
No.
Context.
That's how you know. How do you know your kid's not going to have any friends? You name him Marco Polo. Up against James Vick in a dogfight right there. Also, Chase Sherman taking on Rashad Coulter, and Chaz Skelly goes up against Jason Knight and Eddie Alvarez.
I like this fight.
Coming back against Dustin Poirier. How does Eddie Alvarez fall down to the main event of the prelims?
Because he lost his title against Conor McGregor at the New York show.
After talking tons of shit.
And he even
about
says,
Nate.
He flat out says, that was my worst nightmare come to reality, and I'm a better person for it. He's like, it's like going to school. He's like that dream where you go to school and you're in the school naked.
Yeah, he said there's something freeing about realizing
there is something freeing.
But to go from being a belt holder to headlining FX.
But still, I mean,
you're behind Christoph Joko and David Branch.
But you also are being put on as the main event of the prelims on free TV. There's something they're trying to sell for you to buy the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Bellator's proven time and time again. They're making more money off free fights by making their money off the advertisements and the sale of advertisements than the UFC's making by making people pay for the pay-per-view.
I'm excited for this fight. Who do you guys got in that? Eddie Alvarez or Dustin Poirier?
Oh, dude, Dustin has just been killing it.
He's on a tear lately.
I think Eddie Alvarez is out for blood. You've been an Eddie Alvarez.
I've liked Eddie Alvarez for a long time.
He showed up, lost his first fight, and then he went on to win gold in the UFC. I think I got to join you on the Eddie Alvarez train here. I think he really wants to make things happen. If he gets shocked by Dustin Poirier, then I don't know where Eddie Alvarez goes after that. I really don't.
Yeah, and I don't know where Poirier goes either because
he can't take a loss. He can take an L.
No. I mean, if Poirier wins, I mean, who does he go fight? He already fought everybody and they beat him.
Mayweather. He already fought everybody and they beat him.
Dustin Poirier is ranked number 9. He can fight Nate Diaz, Michael Johnson.
Dude, Poirier couldn't even hold his own against. He pretty much got his ass handed to him by McGregor on his way up, right?
Well, he's not going to fight.
No,
Diaz.
that was that quick like flash knockout, man. When he lost to Conor McGregor, he
because they both moved up a weight, right? Because when they first fought, they both fought in 145, right?
Yes.
And now they're both in 155.
Now they're both at 155.
All right. Well, like
So
everybody,
he has beat Yancy Mondreos, Bobby Green, and Jim Miller. Those are his big wins. He did lose to Michael Johnson. So maybe Chezia, that'd be a good fight for him if he wins, or even Barboza or Dos Anjos. If he wants better competition, that's where you move up. If you get past Eddie Alvarez, who's ranked number 3.
didn't Nate smack the shit out of Johnson?
I think so.
How is he?
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt officially did not show up for the big summer kickoff to talk shit to TJ Dillashaw.
And it is official now: Daniel Cormier versus Jon Jones at UFC 214 in Anaheim.
We're not watching it. We're trying to keep you up as much as we can, though, in case you're watching us instead of the big summer kickoff, which is apparently over by now, and people have called it WWE worthy as far as some of the shit talk goes, which is awesome.
Everyone's trying to make money, man.
Yep.
Jumping into the main card on pay-per-view.
Christoph Jotko taking off David Branch here. I'm taking Jotko.
David Branch coming over for World Series of Fighting. If you remember that, he was their champion. He dropped both of his belts that he had over there to come over. I think I'm going to be taking Branch. He seems to be on the tear lately. We'll see how he goes back into the UFC.
Step into the major leagues. We'll see what happens here. And then you got Frankie Edgar taking in Yair Rodriguez.
This is a tough fight to call, man. I mean, Frankie, you can never count that guy out. Ever.
Yeah,
You can never count him out. But Yair is on a tear. He's young. He's hungry. He's got heavy hands.
He's been making people look stupid on his way up.
Frankie Edgar is one of those guys where he got his win up against Gray Maynard, and then he had BJ Penn's number.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it's like he's kind of a hit and miss fighter.
I wouldn't say that. He's pretty consistent on his style. But
yeah,
he's consistent on his
that
style.
definite wrestling
I'll
with
agree
some
with that.
decent boxing. You know what I mean?
He got 5 wins in a row, then lost to Jose Aldo.
In a decision.
And then beat
in
Jeremy
a
Stephens.
decision.
So he's still a monster after he's lost to Jose Aldo twice now.
Yep.
Lost to Benson Henderson, but beat Dubronx. That's not wait.
Yeah.
Dubronx, yeah. And then BJ Penn,
Uriah Faber,
Chad Mendez.
And Jeremy Stevens. That's a pretty good little resume at featherweight.
I used to be a big Frankie hater, but I got to stick with him on this
Yep.
one.
You just hate him because he's from Jersey.
Yes, of course. Well, I hate Jersey. They should nuke that fucking state like now. Damian Maia, the backpack, going up against George Masvidal as he chases his goal. I think if he wins this fight, he has to get a title shot.
If he wins this fight, if he submits George Masvidal, he will tie Royce Gracie's 23-year-old record of most submissions in the octagon in a career at 10.
Wow.
I don't think he does it. I think I'm going Masvidal, and I think it's you're going to see the Street Fighter come out in Masvidal. Even if he tries to take his back, I just see one of those like jump straight up in the air and slant. You know what I mean?
Fall back on him.
Yeah.
Balls.
Crush his balls and head.
Crusher.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
going
going
Maia.
to do whatever he can.
I'm taking backpack in this one, and then he gets a title shot after this.
You're taking Maya. You're taking Jansport.
You know I'm not a Maya fan, but I'm taking him this fight anyway, man.
You are a Jansport fan.
I'm not a Jansport fan. Again, check out our interview with Joanna if you get a chance. It's 10 minutes, a lot of fun. We had a good conversation with her. She's awesome, and she is defending her belt up against Jessica Andrade. I don't see how
I got Joanna
wins this one.
I mean, Jessica is going to be the larger fighter. She is dropping down weight.
So she's going to be one of the ones that we see in 125 regularly.
I think so, yeah.
Which, if you listen to the interview, Joanna wants to go up there and fight as well to be a dual belt champ.
That seems to be the thing these days.
Thanks, Connor. You fucking dickhead.
BJ Penn was the original.
True.
Randy Couture.
But not at the same time, though. Neither one at the same time.
Well, how many weight classes did Nick have in WC?
Nick?
Didn't he
Nobody's
have two?
had more weight classes than BJ Penn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Florian?
as far as belts go.
Florian?
No. BJ Penn's got all the way up to 205.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, Kenny Florian dropped down to flyweight or something like that? Something stupid?
He was only 135 when he was fighting.
Let's see right here. He has fought in middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, and featherweight.
Four.
Four.
But BJ Penn's gone from 155 to 205.
True. And no, he's down at 145 now.
See?
See?
BJ Penn, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, technically open weight.
Open weight? So when he fought, who did he fight at 205? Was that Machida?
Machida.
Yeah.
That was an open weight fight.
Bullshit. Whatever. All right, so moving on to your main event now, we have Stipe Miocic defending his belt in a rematch against Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah, Junior Dos Santos promising to knock out Stipe.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't you?
I feel Stipe, man, I've been made a believer. I've always rooted for him. There were some fights, though, that I did count him on him. I just didn't think that... Yeah, I mean, he's that bread and butter kind of blue-collar style. He's definitely a boxer. He has okay wrestling, but he's definitely kind of a grimy boxer. And I just sometimes I didn't think he was going to be as technical as he was. But man, he's got some hands,
And I think Junior Dos Santos,
and he's got the will to constantly just keep going.
And I think if he touches,
Junior Dos Santos is-
Junior, then Junior's going to be, oh god, this is what it's like to get punched again. I forgot. This is what Kane did to me. You know, the poodle and the pit bull syndrome.
Yeah.
Where the pit bull shies down from the
He's
poodle.
lost to Kane.
Yeah.
He lost to Overeem. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, he does have the win over Stipe, but I think Stipe has come a long way since the last time they fought.
Once he gets touched.
I will be taking Stipe in this fight
gonna be
for
brutal.
sure.
Yeah, definitely going Stipe.
And that is happening tomorrow night, UFC 211. Make sure you check that out. We appreciate you guys watching. And make sure you check us out on our Instagram, st_MMA, as well as Twitter, the same thing. Split Decision MMA Podcast on Facebook. SplitDecisionMMA.com is our website, and anywhere podcasts are broadcast. Big thanks to MyMMAnews.com for showing us some love, as well as...
Dependable Solutions. Innovate your business with dependable solutions.
And definitely want to thank Sean for this retro gear that he got us. I dig it. It's going to go in my collection.
It's technically called pre-retro.
retro.
This one is actually going out. World
This
Series
is retro.
once, right?
Well, we know it is.
4 more
We
fights
know it
is gone.
But it's not
then
out
it,
yet.
Then
so
it becomes PFL.
Now it's pre-retro.
It'll go with my retro collection.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks,
You're
buddy.
awesome. From the Rulot Family Inc. Studios, Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis saying have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.
You're still live.
Thanks.
I'm pointing shit.